Do I seem crazy to you at all?
What? Thinks you're crazy.
I don't know.
The Dirties is your debut film. It's a film that's getting a lot of buzz, partly because Kevin Smith has come on board and supported it and loves it. What is the film about, and what inspired you to write it and create it?
Well, The Dirties is kind of it's trying to be a true story about bullying and school violence in a way that acts as an antidote to what the news tells us about things like school shootings or bullying. We made it because we wanted to give a perspective on themes of ostracization and psychological violence happening with young people that we hadn't seen in Hollywood films before. People don't want to talk about the humanity of killers or the humanity of people who lose their minds. And we were interested in that because, I mean, I knew people like that when I was young, and I think a lot of people who are growing up in this particular culture right now, people who are around 25 and younger, they understand that because it was all around us. Like Columbine was a media event for us when we were kids. We didn't see it as the 9/11 to young people. To us, it was just like a thing that we had to deal with, and we didn't have the tools to really cope with it.
But if we actually did it, just blew them away. Get up!
Let's talk a little bit about the story and the tone. Who are the protagonists or the protagonist, and what's the tone of the film? What sort of vibe were you trying to create?
Well, we're trying to make The Dirties like a documentary. We were trying to convince people that what they were watching was completely real. Because the whole movie is edited by the two main characters, Matt and Owen, everything you watch is literally what they want you to see. And so it comes off as quite funny, but it's only funny because these guys are funny. Even though they're doing something that's sick and the audience doesn't know how serious they are about it, the tone is mixed. It's insanely dark, but at the same time, totally realistic and very funny, because I think that's the way the kids today are.
We're planning a school shooting.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You want us to kill anybody for you, or?
Yeah, maybe Mr. Bird.
What were some of the specific themes or ideas that you really were excited to explore when you made this film? And how did the film maybe veer away from what you originally anticipated it might be when you started making it?
Well, the biggest thing we were trying to explore was celebrity, and I think that's something that people don't talk about. That Rolling Stone article that just came out about the Boston bomber, people are starting to talk about that, how it's really this notion of getting attention and becoming famous that seems to be behind all of these mass killings. It's people who are powerless, who are really trying to express themselves in a way that gets them attention so they can have power for the first time in their lives. And thematically, we were trying to explore that from the perspective of a kid in high school, because kids are different than they were 20 years ago. Kids film themselves doing everything, and they have this very acute sense of always being on camera and what it means to be on camera. And for kids who don't have that, oh, people like me, people are interested in what I have to say, I think there's a real trapped feeling, like they want to have that thing and they can't get it. And that's what the character Matt in this movie is obsessed with. He's trying to turn himself into this celebrity.
Good luck with your shooting.